All right. If you're out there, yes, I've been having some technical difficulties, so good morning. All right. Let's see here. Good morning. How are y'all doing this morning? Pardon the technical difficulties. YouTube did something and it's like, okay, maybe I deleted the wrong live last night. I don't know. Anyways, how y'all doing this morning? Let's just get on with it. It's Veterans Day, so I'm doing a veteran centric. All right, yeah. Now that's good. That's should be is. um, so I'm doing a veteran centric or how the war poets. We're going over some war poets today, specifically from the World War I era. There's a couple ladies in there too. So poets from that era in honor of Veterans Day, because Veterans Day used to be Armistice Day, and that was because World War I, then called the Great War, ended on November 11th at the 11th hour on the 11th day of the 11th month, November 11th, 1919. So after a little while, they named it. That's the day that they chose for Veterans Day. So this is what we're going to do. Without further ado, since you can bring that up there. So the ones that we are going over today. You show here. We're starting off with this guy named Alan Seeger. Come on. Ha! There it goes. Alan Seeger, Sonnet 10. I have sought happiness. This poor fellow died in war. And then we got, this is a translation. This is Austria-Hungary. This guy's from Austria-Hungary. One of the Axis powers. This archaic torso of Apollo. Yeah, I've had a few veterans in my family, like uncles. My dad never got the chance to go because of his health issues. And my grandpa on his side had too many kids when World War II broke out. But my mom's dad, my maternal grandpa, was a Marine in the island hopping campaigns. Yeah, he saw it. And then we got, this is a funny one. It's called the Battle of the Bulge. And I was like confused at the first. And then I looked at it. Oh, yeah, it's about the Battle of the Bulge I'm facing right now. And then we got Belgium. Okay, the Battle of the Bulge. That's by Robert Service. And we got Belgium by Edith Wharton. And then we're doing Margaret Postgate Cole, Leaves, and rounding it off with Trench Edgel Rickword. All right. Let's go ahead and hit the old like and subscribe and all that stuff. Just a reminder here, everything we do, no, not that. Oh yeah, everything we do is under fair use and all that stuff. So let's get the folder ready here. All right, and we go here. The correct folder. All right, there. Now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Half of these are 4 minutes long, so I don't know. And starting off with a 4-minuter. So this is Sonnet 10.
but it has been a lovely rainbow, baffling all pursuit, and pleasure, but it was a fruit more fair of outward hue than sweep within, renouncing both a flake in the ferment of battling hosts that conquer or recoil. They're only chased by fatigue and toil. I knew what came the nearest to content, for there at least my troubled flesh was free from the gadfly desire that plagued it so. Discord and strife were what I used to know. Heartache's deception, murderous jealousy, by war transported far from all of these, amid the clash of arms I set peace. When they sing down a flame in the ferment of battling hosts that conquer or recoil, they're only destined by fatigue and toil. I knew what came the nearest to content. By war transported far from all of these, amid the clash of alms I was at peace.
All right, so that's how that's going to go. All right, so let me address a few things here. By the way, hi, Netmaster. How's it going, kiddo? All right. Yes, I've noticed that when I was putting together this live yesterday evening, afternoon evening, I was having some difficulty with restreams, so I'm like, okay, and I got it done. And then when my buddy called me last night and he was like, hey man, you got 2 live scheduled? I'm like, no. I looked on there and it had those 2, so I deleted the one. And I don't know. I don't know. So I deleted one of them, and it's probably that. I noticed on, because I watch Rabbit Down the Rabbit Hole news. I watch her every once in a while, and she was doing the vertical both. And Nora had the vertical and horizontal the other. I don't know. So this morning I just I joined to get my shit together too. Yep. Now this is lovely. Love story. That's cool. And good morning, Irish, or good afternoon. And yes, if you have not listened to it yet, here it is. Go listen to it if that's what you want to do. Yeah, YouTube's. So, all right. Let's see here. One of my neighbor's grandfathers was a German whose fighter plane got blown off track and crashed over here and is taken in by a couple. Cool. I met this guy. Age probably passed by now. This was in 2013 when I was taking American History 2 at contemporary American history. Hey, Antics, how are you doing? So this was when I was stationed in New Mexico, and I was taking classes at New Mexico State University. I want subs and I want quality. So I was in class, and it was a night class, and the guy had this special guest. This man was probably in his 70s, 80s at the time. His name was Rolf, and he was a resident of Las Cruces, but he was also a German Jew who was lucky to get out in the late 1930s, get out of Germany, and I've seen the book. He's got this big, thick book. The waiting list for this book at the time was months, and you could not take it out of the library. You had to read it in the library. It was like he's very protective of his story, and I really wonder why, because they'd have made a great story. His story would have been great. So he immigrated to Missouri, joined the army, and because he was a resident of Berlin, they used him as a guide to navigate to where they were doing their bombing raids. So he'd been in crashed airplanes and all that stuff, and then he ended up being a tank gunner in a Sherman tank, and his tank got blown up several times, and they said, no, you're going home. Okay. World War One. All right. Hey, Traveltology. Good morning. All right. So enough with the stories. Let's get on with the show. So that was okay. So we got Antics, Traveltology. But yeah, dude was cool. I wish I could get a hold of that.
I have sought happiness, but it has been a lovely rainbow, baffling all pursuit, and tasted pleasure was a fruit, more fair of outward hue than sweet within, renouncing both a flake in the ferment of battling hosts that conquer or recoil. They're only chastened by fatigue and toil. I knew what came the nearest to content, for there at least my troubled flesh was free from the gadfly desire that plagued it so. Discord and strife were what I used to know. was free from the gadfly desire that plagued its soul. Discord and strife were what I used to know. Heartaches, deception, murderous jealousy. But I wore transport far from all these. Amid the clash of arms, I was at peace.
All right. What do you think? I like number 2 better than 1. So I don't know. Number 2 needs. That's okay. Yeah, the crocheters do some pretty interesting stuff. Oh boy. Let's see what else we got there. Good morning, Kathy. How you doing? Yes, I can see you slept in today. I wish I could have slept in today. No. And time zones. Oh yeah. Don't we know those time zones? All right. Let's continue on the continuing on. Okay, this is a dude from Hungary. Rainer Maria Rilke. Some torso of Apollo. There goes.
You cannot know his legendary head with eyes like ripening fruit, and yet his torso is still suffused with brilliance from inside, like a lamp in which his gaze now turned to low, gleams in all its power. Otherwise, the curved breast could not dazzle you so, nor could a smile run through the placid hips and thighs to that center where procreation fled. Otherwise, the stone would seem defaced beneath the translucent cascade of the shoulders, and would not glisten a wild beast's fur, would not the borders of itself burst like a star, for there is no place that
Ugh. Me and my internet issues. Ugh. Oh. The price you gotta pay for not paying rent. Huh. Yeah. It wants to be country. That's all I can say right now. It wants to be country. What do y'all think? A mental or lentil? You decide. Yes, you're always with the gourmet meals. Always with the gourmet meals. Yeah, well, all right. Let's go. I bet you they made pretty good fish and chips. I've never really been much of a fish eater. I'll eat it, especially if I'm hungry. And the fresher, the better. But of course, you're bananas, Joe. That's what we love about you. All right, this one's a 4-minute also. In addition, me and my internets.
We cannot know his legendary head with eyes like ripening fruit, and yet his torso is still suffused with brilliance from inside, like a lamp in which his gaze now turned to low gleams in all its power. Otherwise, the curved breast could not dazzle you so, nor could a smile run through the placid hips and thighs to that center where procreation fled. Otherwise, the stone would seem defaced beneath the translucent cascade of the shoulders, and would not glisten like a wild beast's fur. Would not from all the borders of itself translucent cascade of the shoulders, and would not glisten like a wild beast's fur. Would not from all the borders of it burst like a star. For here there is a place that does not see you. You must change your life.
And that was all she wrote for that one. It was 4 minutes. The first one wants to be country. The second one wants to be some type of progressive metal. What do y'all think? Let's see here. Since you're talking about fish and chips, and then the short on the cans. Zena Marlene. Yeah, something like that. Probably a regional thing. There's probably things around here that are regional that I know right off the top of my head, but don't know right. I know, but not right off the top of my head. That's what I was going to say. Yeah. Cold there this morning. I had to turn on the heat, and we had to let the water drip last night. So, yeah. All right, so let's get on with it. Oh, I'm looking forward. I hope these are funny. The Battle of the Bulge, which is something I have a battle with that I need, that I'm losing. Here we go.
Trip I took, and as I am a Scot and like to get my money's worth, I never missed a meal. In spite of Neptune's nastiness, I ate an awful lot, yet felt as fit as if sailed upon an even keel. But now that I am home again, I'm stricken with disgust. How many pounds of fat I've gained, I'd rather not divulge. Well, anyway, I mean to take this Tony down or bust. We're strafing in the battle of the Bulge. Sausage, bacon, eggs provide my breakfast fare. On lobster I will never lunch with mounds of mayonnaise. Tea I'll Spartanly issue the chocolate Claire. Roast duckling and bechamel, but shall not consummate these. No more nocturnalized box raised midnight spaghetti feeds on slabs of pâté de foie gras I won't indulge. Let bread and cottage cheese suffice my gastronomic needs. Let us be my ally in the battle of the Bulge. To hell with you, ignoble pawn abhorrent in my sight. I gaze at your rotundity, and savage is my frown. You and I'll scrub you and I'll drop you dead. But by the gods of symmetry, I swear I'll get you down. You're smooth as smug convexity, by heck I will subdue. And when you tucker in again, with joy will I refold. No longer of my own will you obstruct my debut. With might and main I'll fight to gain the battle of
that. That was pretty funny. Yeah, I'm losing my battle of the bulge right here. That was pretty cool, actually. The last time I had McDonald's, I got sick. So, yeah. So I have not eaten McDonald's since then. Yeah. Although the best place, probably the best McDonald's you'll get is actually in southern New Mexico, southwestern New Mexico. When I was stationed in Las Cruces, I loved the McDonald's there. They put green chilies on everything. It was really good. Yeah, I remember when it used to be good. There for a little bit, I was actually going quite regular because it was on the way home and quite convenient. And then I had 2 double cheeseburgers because they're, the cheapest thing you can probably get there that kind of fills you up. And when I bit into them, I knew, but I was hungry. Part of me knew. All right. Here, let's go to the second version of it.
This year an ocean trip I took, and as I am a Scot, and like to get my money's worth, I never missed a meal. In spite of Neptune's nastiness, I ate an awful lot, yet felt as fit as if he sailed upon an even keel. But now that I am home again, I'm stricken with disgust. How many pounds of fat I've gained, I'd rather not divulge. Well anyway, I mean to take this tummy down or bust. So here I'm sweat strafing the battle of the bulge. No more will sausage, bacon, eggs provide my breakfast fare. On lobster I will never lunch with mounds of mayonnaise. At tea I'll Spartan reissue the chocolate eclair. Roast duckling and bechamel shall not consummate my days. No more nocturnal icebox raids, midnight spaghetti feeds. On glass of pate de foie gras, I vow I won't indulge. Let and cottage cheese ice my gastronomic needs, and lettuce be my ally in the battle of the bulge. To hell with you, ignoble paunch abhorrent in my sight. I gaze at you, your rotundity, and savage is my. I'll rub you and I'll scrub you and I'll drub you day and night. But by the gods of symmetry, where I'll get you down. You're smooth and smug, convexity. By heck, I will subdue. And when you turn it again, with joy will I refold. No longer of my toes will you obstruct my down view. With maiden mane, I'll fight to gain the battle of the bulge. To hell with you, ignoble paunch abhorrent in my sight. I gaze your rotundity, and savage is my frown. I'll rub you and I'll scrub you and I'll drub you day and night. But by the gods of symmetry, I swear I'll get you down. Your smooth and smug convexity.
was actually pretty good. Yes, I am losing my battle of the bulge, but I can still see my feet and everything else that counts. So, yeah. Yeah. Ah. Okay, so that was the first half of the show. Now let's go on to the second one, I guess. Here, because here, let's do this. All right, this is Belgium. Martin. There's this guy named the Fat Electrician on YouTube did a video about Taco Bell. It's fascinating. His spin on things. All right.
Not with silver spires, not with her cities shamed and rent. Perish the imperishable fires that shape the homestead from the tent. Wherever men are staunch and free, there shall she keep her fearless state, and homeless to great nations be, the home of all that makes them great. Not with a ruined silver spires, not with her city shamed and rent. Perish the imperishable fires that shape the homestead from the tent. Wherever men are staunch and free, there shall she keep her fearless state, and homeless to great nations be, the home of all that makes them great. Wherever men are staunch and free, there shall she keep her fearless state, and homeless to great nations be, the home of all that makes them great. Wherever men are staunch and free, there shall she keep her fearless state, and homeless to great nations be, the home of all that makes them great.
Well, that was interesting. All right, let's see here. We have some really good Mexican joints around here. That's one of the reasons. And I eat a lot of sandwiches. I'm a bachelor. And these days I'm really busy with school unless I'm depressed about being busy with school. No. So it's something that's just easier to not cook and eat sandwiches and Burger King Whoppers and loaded nachos from the local Mexican joint. And I get a student discount, and everything has gotten expensive. So the student discounts work really well with my budget. Yeah. A baguette, cheese, and ham. Yeah, we had something like sort of like that. It was ham brie, and this probably call it a baguette. And in France, that was freaking great. All right, I would kill to have a neighbor like that. Students and veterans and military discounts. I didn't join the military just for the health care and the and getting my shit together. I joined it for the discounts. All right, let's listen to the second version of that. Because this talk about food is going to make me more hungry than I need to be. All right, Belgium version 2. This one's fun, so.
With her cities shamed and rent, perish the imperishable fires that shade the homestead from the tent. Wherever men are staunch and free, there shall she keep her fearless state, and you, great nation, be the home of all that makes right. Not with her ruined silver spires, not with her city shamed and rent. Perish the imperishable fires that shade a homestead from the land. Wherever men are staunch and free, there shall she keep her fearless.
Yes, indeed, antics. That does sound yummy. Yes, and neighbors that like to cook and like and are generous or share. Yeah, I wish I had a couple neighbors like that. No, I don't. You know, like I said, like I've mentioned more than once on this program, I need to lose like 30, 40 pounds. So, but at least I can still see my feet. And stuff. Okay, let's go ahead here. We got two more here. No. We're on our last one. Yeah. Oh, wrong one. All right. It's too early in the morning, and I've definitely been up way too long. Here we go. Trench poets. Let's get this one going here. And then after we're done with, I'm gonna play a couple more. Let's see here. Get your stuff together, Brian. So, trench poets. Go Edgel Rick Word.
I knew a man, he was my chum, but he grew blacker every day and would not brush the flies away, nor belong, however fierce the hum of passing shells I read to rouse him random things from dawn, like a child a man grew, but you was far gone, for he lay gaping mackerel eye, and stiff and listless as a post, even when that old poet cried. I long to talk with some old lover's ghost. I tried the elegies one day, but because he heard me say, "What needest thou have no more covering than a man?" grinned nastily, and so I knew the worms had got his brains at last. There one thing that I might do to start worms. I racked my head for healthy things and quoted more. His grin got worse and I could see he sneered at passion's purity so badly, though we were great. I had leave him, then rats ate his thumbs.
Yeah, that was funny. Yeah, Kerrygold is good. And yes, it's expensive. That's why I don't get it. Yeah, everything's expensive. Welcome to their brave new world. You know what I mean? And we're just all trapped in it. Yes, I agree. So what do y'all think of that one? We skipped one, so I'm not going to worry about it. We're going to go ahead and play this last one here, and then I'm going to play a few more, and then I have work to do today. Hopefully, I'll get more done than so. This last one, Trench Poets, is 4 minutes long.
I knew a man he was, but he grew blacker every day, and would not brush the flies away, nor blanc, however fierce the hum of passing shells I used to read, to rouse him random things from dawn, like get with child a mandrake root. But can tell he was far gone, for he lay gaping mackerel-eyed and stiff and senseless as a post. Even when that old poet cried, I long to talk with some over's ghost. I tried the elegies one day, but he, because he heard me, what needest thou have no more covering than a man, grinned nastily, and so I knew the worms had got his brains at last. There was one thing that I might do to starve worms. I racked my head for healthy things and quoted Maud. His grin got worse and I could eat. He sneered at passion's purity, stunk so badly. Though we were great chums, I had to leave him. Then rats ate his thumbs. I knew a man, he was my chum, but he grew blacker every day, and would not brush the flies away, nor however fierce the humming shells. I used to read, to rouse him, random things from dawn, like get a child a mandrake root. But he was far gone, for he lay gaping mackerel-eyed and stiff and senseless as a post. Even when that old poet cried, I long to talk with some old lover's ghost.
And that's where we are. All right. Yes, I prefer unsalted butter too. All this talk about butter reminds me of this thing I saw back in the late 90s. I went over to my friend's house where he was living at the time, and they had the little ticker on. They had CNN on, and the little ticker going down there. And this person, I don't know who it said, was that margarine chemically is one molecule away from plastic. So they'd rather trust cows than chemists, talking about the difference between butter and margarine. And ever since then, I swore off margarine after that. So I like unsalted butter. And my waistline shows it. From what I understand, for cooking, that's what I heard one time. All right. Preservation. All right, let's play some. I want to play this one thing. I wrote this thing as a result of. So this is an original by me. And I just sort of finished this yesterday because we workshopped it yesterday in my poetry class. So I'm going to play it for you and tell me what you think. It's about something that happened recently. It started off as a write, because on Fridays we'd write, and it was a Friday write, and Gene Tumor won Beehive and came up with this thing called Heartbreak Dreaming. And I turned it in for an assignment for the poetry class, and AC gave me some advice, and I kind of took it and ran with it, and then with the rest of the guys, with the rest of the people in the class yesterday, and got a few good suggestions. So I ran it through Suno last night, and this is what came out.
Times within my starlit dreams, my heart flutters on gossamer webs. My lonesome heart lost in thoughts, my sputtering, wandering thoughts, my thoughts about almost nothing, my thoughts of absolutely everything, all my without you. Lazy thoughts that whirl with no sound, lazy thoughts that whirl on no gravity, lazy thoughts that swirl all in and out, the pinwheeling of my dreaming heart. Laying back and looking out into the night, looking at the thoughts laying beyond the moon, looking at the stars, laughing beyond the moon. And I wish you were here, here for me to share them with you. As I curl up around them, my dream wakes to the reality that those thoughts now fall into forgetfulness and fly, and finally fading away.
The great butter debate. I'm glad you think so. All right. Yeah, I'm kind of. That's kind of interesting how that one turned out. And I didn't plugged it in and let Suno do its thing, and that's what it came up with. So yeah. All right, let's play a few here. Since we're going with the war poet, here's one from Roberts, 1915.
I've watched the seasons passing slow, so slow. In the fields between Libasay and Thun, primroses and the first warm day of spring, red poppy floods of June, August yellowing autumn so. Two winter nights knee deep in mud or snow, and you've been everything, dear, you've been everything that I most lack. In these soul deadening trenches, pictures, books, music quiet of an English wood, beautiful comrade looks, the narrow bouldered mountain track, the broad full bosomed ocean, green and black, and peace and all that's good. Dear, you've been everything that I most lack. So deadening trenches, pictures, books, music, the quiet of an English wood, beautiful comrade looks, the narrow bouldered mountain track, the broad full bosomed ocean, green and peace and all that's good. Dear, you've been everything that I most lack. In these soul deadening trenches, pictures, books, music, the quiet of an English wood, beautiful comrade looks, a narrow bouldered mountain track, the broad full bosomed ocean, green and black, and peace and all that's good, and all that's good.
like oars under sacks. Knock-kneed, coughing like hags, we cursed through sludge, till on the horny flares we turned our backs, and towards our distant rest began to trudge. Men marched asleep, many had lost their boots, but limped on, bloodshot, all went lame, all blind, drunk with fatigue, deaf even to the hoots of gas shells dropping softly behind. Gas, gas, quick boys, an ecstasy of fumbling, fitting the clumsy helmets just in time. But someone still was yelling out and stumbling, floundering like a man in fire or light. Dim through the misty panes and thick green light, as under a green sea I saw him drowning. In all my dreams before my helpless sight, he plunges at me, choking, drowning. If in some smothering dreams you two could pace, behind the wagon that we flew in, and watch the white eyes writhing in his face, his hanging face like the devil sick of sin. If you could hear at every jolt the blood come gargling from the froth-curled lungs, obscene as cancer, bitter as the cut of vile incurable sores on innocent tongues. My friend, you would not tell with such high zest. Two children ardent for some desperate glory, the old light, dulce et decorum, pro patria mori.
All right, let's do another war poet. We haven't heard this one in a while.
sunset or gray, dawn when the bird points again of longing for one never home. We needs must turn away from the voices that cry, come, that undersea ding-donging. Dingle-dongle bells and bluebells snap, dragon solstice, lunar love. The wasps are pulling the honey, or the lamp soft on the snow. These are the times in which the will is vulnerable, the trigger finger slow, the spirit lonely. These are the times in which aloneness is too right, when homesick for the whole heart of the Milky Way. The soundless clapper calls and we would follow, but earth and will are stronger and nearer, and we stay. Dingle-dongle bells and bluebells snap, dragon solstice, lunar love. The wackling, the honey, or the lamp soft on the snow. These are the times at which the will is vulnerable, the trigger finger slow, the spirit lonely. These are the times at which aloneness is too ripe, when homesick for the hollow heart of the Milky Way. The soundless clouds and we would follow, but earth and will are stronger and nearer, and we stay.
drums, batter on your banjos. Sob on the long, cool, winding saxophone. Go to it, oh Jasmine.
Sling your knuckles on the bottoms of the happy. Tin pans, let your trombones ooze and go hush-a. Hush-a, hush with the slippery sandpaper.
Moan like an autumn wind high in the lone tops. Moan soft like you wanted somebody terrible. Cry like a racing car slipping away from a motorcycle cop. Bang, bang, bang.
Jasmine, bang all together drums.
Traps, banjos, horns, tin cans make two people fight on the top of a stairway and scratch each other's eyes in a clinch down the stairs. Can the rough stuff now a Mississippi steamboat pushes up the night river with a hoo-hoo-hoo. Lanterns calling to the high soft stars. A red moon rides on the humps of the low river hills. Go to it, oh Jasmine.
Here lies a lady of beauty and high degree of chills and fever. She died of fever and chill. I of her husband, her aunts, an infant of 3, and of medicals marveling sweetly on her ill. For either she burned and her confident eyes would blaze, and her fingers fly in a manner till their heads. What was she making? Why nothing? She sat in a maze of old scraps of lace and snipped into curious threads. Pass in the light of till she laid a and cold as a thin white and blown, and would not open her eyes to kisses to wine. The sixth of these states was her last cold settled down. the 6 little spaces of chill and sinks of burning. Thus the main glideth where my love abideth, sleeps no softer, it proceeds on through lawns, on through meads, on and on where befall me meandering and musical, though the pasturage bears not on its shaven ledge aught but weeds and grasses to view the river as it passes, safe here and there a scanty patch of primroses too faint to catch a weary bee, and scarce it pushes its gentle way through strangling rushes, where the glossy flutters when noon heats are near, glad the shelving banks to shun, red and steaming in the sun. Where the shrew mouse with pale throat burrows, and the speckled stoat, where the quicksand pipers flit in and out the marl and grit that seems to breed them brown as they not disturbs its quiet way, save some lazy stork that springs, trailing it with legs and wings, whom the shy fox from the hill rouses creepy near so still. Seems to breed the brownest there, not disturbs quiet way, save some lazy stork that springs, trailing it with legs and wings, whom the shy fox from the hill ruses creepy ne'er so still.
Me and my connection.
Oh, thou bright sun, beneath the dark blue line of western distance that sublime descends, and gleaming lovelier as thy beams decline, thy million hues to every vapor lend. Over cobweb and grove and stream, shatters the magic of thy light, till come earth with a splendor bright, shows like the vision of a beauteous dream. Oh, what gave an astronomic eye could coldly cast spots within thy lover, Harriet, could he fly the thoughts of all that makes his passion dear. Turning senseless from thy
Great.
warm caress, pick flaws in our close woven happiness. Oh, thou bright sun, beneath the dark blue line of western distance that sublime descends, and gleaming lovelier as thy beams decline, thy million hues to every vapor lend us, and over cobweb, lawn, and grove and stream, shatters the liquid magic of thy light. Till come earth with the parting splendor bright, shows like the vision of a beauteous dream. Oh, what gave with astronomic eye could coldly count the spots within thy sphere. Such were thy lover, Harriet, could he fly the thoughts of all that makes his passion dear. Turning senseless from thy warm caress, pick flaws in our cloven happiness.
Let's see here. Yeah, it's probably why I'm probably not going to go anywhere today. Yes, I am a veteran. I should go out there and take advantage of some things, but it's just, I got to work today anyways. I got to finish my paper, which is mostly due tomorrow night. And I'm about halfway done, I think. I hope. The guy's understanding. He'll get what I turn in tomorrow evening, and we'll go from there. Yeah. Sorry, I've been neglectful of the chat. I've just been hitting here, Jim. Yeah, y'all call it Remembrance Day. Let's see where beaches will be crowded. But yeah, there's a really good sales going on at the dispensary today. I might go there. You haven't swam? Aren't you like part fish? uh yeah, I've got a lot I have to go through here and it's overwhelming. So there's someone I know that has a cleaning business. I've known her for years, so I'm thinking about asking her to help me and paying paying her to help me uh get through this stuff. Eventually, so no things today. Eventually I want to get where you're at in a way, Kim, like under 1,000 square feet, definitely. Tiny house. But I gotta go through all this stuff here before I get rid of this place. So yeah, no, I'll get it. He's been very lenient with us. Like, I'm not the only one in the class that's, I wouldn't say stuck, but still working. um Definitely woot woot. That's cool. That would be interesting because the only thing I've ever made is butter, and I don't have to now because I get oil. Lemon cheesecake. Let's see. Let's play some more. Because y'all didn't come here. Let's do some progressive stuff. Yeah. This one here, yeah. This is a good one. If it'll play.
This is the field where the battle did not happen, where the unknown soldier did not die. This is the field where grass joined hands, where no monument stands, and the only heroic thing is the sky. Birds fly here without any sound, unfolding their wings across This is the field, grass join hands, where no monument stands, and the only heroic thing is the sky. Birds fly here without any sound, unfolding their wings across the open. People killed or were killed on this ground, hallowed by neglect and an air so tame that people celebrate it by forgetting its name. For him who struck that foreign string, I wean his heart has ceased to care. Then why dost thou such feelings bring to my sad spirit? Oh dear, it is as if the warm sunlight in some deep glen should lingering stay, when clouds of storm or shades of night have wrapped the parent orb away. It is as if the glassy brook should image still its will of fair. Though years ago the woodman stroke laid low in dust their dryad hair, even so guitar thy magic tone hath moved the tear and wake the sigh, hath bid the ancient and torrent moan, although sources dry. For him who struck that foreign string, I wean this heart has ceased to care. Then why dost thou such feelings bring to my sad spirit, old guitar? As if the warm sunlight in some deep glen should lingering stay, when clouds of storm or shades of night have wrapped the parent orb away.
This plow battle slept out of door many a frozen night, and merrily answered staid drinkers, good red men and all boars at Mrs. Greenland's hawthorn bush. Said he, I slept none knew which bush above the town, beyond the drover, 100 spot the down, Wiltshire, and where now at last he sleeps, more sound in France that too he seeps. This ploughman dead in battle slept out of doors, many a frozen night and merrily answered staid drinkers, good men and all boors at Mrs. Greenland's hawthorn bush. Said he, I slept none knew which bush above the town, beyond the drover, 100 up the down, in Wiltshire, and where now at last he sleeps, more sound in France that to his secret keeps. Above the town, beyond the drawer, 100 spot the down, in Wiltshire, and where now at last more sound in France that to his secret keeps.
Yeah, we had a cold night last night. No snow. So, all right, I'm gonna play one more, and then I think I got to deal with my doggies too. So, I'm gonna play us out with one that reminds me of my George. May he rest in peace. But so what's I gotta tell you? Everything we do here is under fair use, but more important, my friends, have an awesome day out there. So here it is. Fair. I can pull it up. Jokes. Yeah, I don't like the cold either. I think me and my puppies can stay warm. If it'll play.
Where the bees there suck high, in a cowslip's bell I lie. There I couch when owls do cry. On the bat's back I do fly. After summer merrily, merrily, merrily shall I live now under the blossom that hangs on the bough.
Yeah, and if some people in this country have their way, it's going to get worse for us. That's all I'm going to say about that. But y'all have a great day, my friends. Thanks for stopping by and hanging out with me for a little while. Yeah, it was interesting having technical difficulties this morning, but yeah, y'all get out there, do your thing. I'm going to try to do my thing, and then we'll meet back here. Same time, same channel tomorrow. And, we'll figure it out then. Have a good one, my friends. Thanks for dropping by. Appreciate it. Hit the like, subscribe, blah, blah, blah. And I'll see you. Bye.